Hello everyone and welcome back to This Week in Halo. We are under 30 days away now until we see the future of the Halo franchise. That's right, under 1 month to go. I'm excited, scared, well, really every emotion you could possibly think of. But we are now 1 week closer to finding out what Halo Studios has been cooking up. This week on Halo, Mr. Reb shared brand new Unreal Halo details. Will we have Sprint in the remake? What will be changed versus the original? Rebs shared some light on what's potentially happening from his sources. We also have Halo 2 Forge pretty much completed from Rejected Shotgun. I covered this last week and you guys were so hyped up, so seriously, go check out Rejected and support him. This week was also Halo 3's 18th anniversary. Halo 3 can now legally drive in Australia, but I did see a massive outpour of nostalgia for the celebration, which was awesome to see. Finally today we have Steve Downes, the Masterchief, telling his account of the plan, which fell through, to replace him and Jen Taylor as the voice actors on Halo. This is This Week in Halo. Let's get into the video. So first up today we have Halo 2 Forge, created by Mr. Rejected Shotgun himself. Now he himself is calling it Halo 2 Forge, but I don't think that gives it justice to how awesome what he made is. Last week I showed off the early version. This week it's absolutely amazing. I don't know how else to describe it. Sure, it can do what Forge does by placing objects, scenery pieces, and vehicles, but you can also spawn AI. You can also spawn all of the awesome modded creations that he has made over the years. You can even load up a full pelican of Marines and fly into battle. I mean, if you're not following Rejected already, I don't know what you're doing. I feel like I say this every week, but you have to go and do it. He's consistently putting out developer quality creations 24/7, and we gotta support the Halo homies. Next up today, and I literally just did a Minecraft in Halo video, courtesy of Altus on the custom edition. It's Halo Minecraft edition. Like, I'm actually not joking here. Most of you have seen Cursed Halo and the Minecraft editions that Inferno Plus did, but Altus actually released his own version. I asked in my Minecraft video if placing blocks was possible for a Halo mod. The madman Altus already had it created, featuring a Minecraft bow, sword, the original animations from the game, as well as the ability to create buildings. You can even destroy the blocks and then place new ones. Just in general, this is super creative and it's amazing. On that same topic, and I'm just gonna say this very quickly, you look at what Rejected Shotgun has done, what Inferno Plus has done, even Altus, who by the way was the man who also put the grapple hook mod into Combat Evolved. Microsoft, Halo Studios, whoever, you guys gotta take advantage of how passionate and talented the Halo community members are. I say this because it seems like community members, and maybe you guys have noticed this too, they seem to have more knowledge of the Halo engine than the actual developers themselves. Get them working on Halo ASAP. Now while we are on the topic of the Halo community, this week celebrates the 18th anniversary of Halo 3. September 25th, 2007 saw us finish the fight, and it was a global phenomenon worldwide. I remember seeing the world map light up on Halo 3 for the very first time as everyone loaded into the game to play campaign, multiplayer, and Forge. Halo 3 had the longest player retention out of any Halo game that has existed, and you can see why. A finished product at launch, every feature at that time for a Halo game. It had a laser focused level of quality across the board. The smallest of small details were done immaculately. The physics, the social features, the pre and post game lobby. You had vetoing, just really things at the time that got taken for granted. I do, by the way, appreciate that Halo Infinite took the steps to try get back to that, but at its core, Infinite is a fundamentally different game. Halo 3 on the other hand was more than a game. It was the final Bungie story in the trilogy spanning over 6 years. Yes, I know Reach came out after. The reason I say this was that people in general were anticipating this game, not just Halo fans, but the entire world. You can YouTube search Halo 3 midnight launch and you'll find so many documented videos of the night with everyone commenting where they were when Halo 3 first came out. It was truly a culture defining moment. It was a simple time when things weren't so complicated. Being an adult is different to a kid or a teenager, and I appreciate and I'm grateful that I was able to grow up during that time. I doubt it'll ever be replicated again. Happy birthday, Halo 3. You are a damn good game. Now moving on from that, this week we have the voice of Masterchief, Steve Downes. He's been an active part of the Halo community for years now and has his own channel, so definitely go subscribe to him. In a recently uploaded video where he talks about the iconic Masterchief voice lines he has voiced, which you should watch by the the way, he talks about Halo 4 and how 343 initially wanted to recast the voice actors. Basically, the studio was turning a page and making their own version of the franchise. Steve said that when early testers played through and heard the voice actors that were chosen, which truthfully were fairly close to Steve and Jen Taylor in how they sounded, early testers said, "Can we please have the original voice actors back?"
How many Covenant made it through the roof after us?
I can't tell. This planet is wreaking havoc on my sensors.
And so, because of that, we got the iconic Chief we all know and love. Shout out to the early Halo 4 testers, you are responsible for keeping the voices the same for two of the franchise's most beloved characters. Now the reason why I mention that is the Unreal Halo future, specifically the Combat Evolved remake. First of all, I hope we get the same voice actors, as to me, they are irreplaceable. But this week, Mr. Rebs, from his sources, which have been accurate in the past, shared brand new information with him. Now Rebs did put a disclaimer saying this information is considered a rumor until further sources come forward, but I was reading the comment section of his video and he himself said he has found extra sources. So I'm still gonna say take this with a grain of salt, but let's get into it. The first thing Mr. Rebs said was the engine. Now as we know, Halo going forward will be on the Unreal Engine, specifically Unreal Engine 5, but Mr. Rebs said to expect a hybrid engine project. Two engines, both Unreal and the Halo Blam engine. This means for the visuals, expect the Unreal Engine side of things, but for the scope and the other elements, expect the Halo Blam engine. Specifically, Rebs said a modified version of Halo Reach's Blam engine. Now that news is very, very interesting. When I reacted to the 47-minute long original plan for Halo Infinite, one of the biggest hurdles of going to the Unreal Engine was not replicating the feel of Halo, or the visuals for that matter, but the scope of Halo. This hybrid engine plan might fix every single problem with that. It's a standalone campaign, and if it respects the legacy of the game, I think that's acceptable. As always, I am highly tempering expectations, and so should you watching this video. It could be amazing, or it could be an absolute train wreck. Now the other details he said was that first of all, a completely secondary side studio is creating the campaign remake. The project is in collaboration with Halo Studios, who are acting as overseers, but Rebs said the secondary studio are spearheading the overall effort of the Combat Evolved remake. This side studio has considerable resources and has worked on Halo MCC in the past. It is not Saber Interactive, it is not Certain Affinity, it is definitely not Blur, who did the Halo 2 anniversary cutscenes. I looked at all of the past studios that potentially worked on Halo MCC and none really seemed to fit except a studio called Splash Damage. Splash Damage worked on both Halo MCC and Gears of War, but we will see in future. I went so deep into looking into who it might be, I actually found an Australian/Canadian studio that created all of the terminals from the Halo campaigns. Can't say I didn't do my due diligence. As for the gameplay itself, Rebs shared some key information. The Halo Combat Evolved remake is rumored to have modern gameplay features such as sprint. Rebs said, and I quote, that the developer made it clear to Halo Studios that the remake doesn't need sprint. Now if you asked me, Remy, what is your honest, unfiltered opinion? I really couldn't care less if it has sprint or not in a campaign. Halo Infinite handled sprint well enough that I didn't really care that it was in the game. If it doesn't have it, that's fine. If it does and it's not invasive like Infinite, that's fine too. Both sides have their merit, and truthfully, the Halo community is split down the middle in terms of preferring old Halo or new. That's what happens when you change the formula drastically for such a long time. You get fans of both. For me, what is truly important with the Halo Combat Evolved remake is that it respects Bungie's legacy. I've said that before. If the game doesn't have the same soul, it is going to feel like a cheap imitation. The reason that I mentioned soul is that for one, Rebs said that in terms of visuals, it will look very close to Project Foundry, which actually makes sense as Halo Studios themselves said that everything we saw a year ago will be used in future titles. Secondly, level designs will be changed. One of my biggest complaints with Combat Evolved, and there's not many of them, is the repetitiveness of levels such as the library and the second half of the campaign. I get that Bungie was running out of time, so it's not the biggest deal, but if the remake can enhance this specifically, then I think Halo fans will be very happy. I share the criticism of Unreal Engine 5, by the way. I hear you guys when you say you worry about performance and stuttering, but until we see it for ourselves, we can't say one way or the other how this is going to go. Could be amazing, it could be terrible. In saying that, as I said before, since a side studio is managing the Combat Evolved remake in certain aspects, and multiple Halo projects are in the works, as we all know, Rebs also teased a live service multiplayer project that is also being developed. If you had to ask me what I think this is, it's the project by Certain Affinity. I think it'll be Arena Halo, but with a massive large-scale mode attached. I have no idea when we'll see and or hear about this, but it could be as soon as this month. Because of all of this news, by the way, it does seem like Halo Infinite, or at least the era of Infinite, is winding down. We have Halloween coming up as an update, which will have Flood Gravemind cosmetics, which are very cool, but we really are entering the new age of Halo, if you want to call it that. Quick side note that if you do play Infinite on PC, Accelerate this week released an amazing settings guide, which you should definitely check out. And that's this week in Halo. So much is happening, so much is going on. Under 30 days to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are under 1 month away until the future of Halo is revealed. The World Championships run October 24 to 26 in Seattle, North America. Final tickets are on sale now. These are the last ones and none will be sold at the door. So don't say I didn't warn you. I am kind of getting excited, but I'm trying to keep my expectations in check. I'm just a Halo fan. I want awesome games, so it's hard to not get my hopes up, but time will tell. For now, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.